horizontally stacked bands, and one of them, some of these layers will protrude out. Like right here, you can see its own individual layer, and they're just kind of stacked upwards. Well, there's been a lot of skepticism since I posted my last video about massive habit red beryl, so I figure I'll just show you guys, and I'll pull some out right in front of you. Alright, I'm at the bottom of the trail, or partway up. My area of interest today is right in here, right where my finger's pointing. A lot of pegmatites and a lot of mineralization. Some people ask, how do I know where to go, where to look? Well, that's when you look at the geologic maps and the notes in the brochure that goes along with the geologic maps. So that's the USGS reports. Then I look for a particular rock type that I'm interested in. In this sense, I'm looking for types of granite. Then I'm also looking for shear zones where it meets another rock type. And also, I'm looking for faults. Good morning to you. So we've got a little vein that opens up here, and then inside we've got some, looks like shoral black tourmaline, and a bunch of feldspar. So this is a textbook for Beryl. You've got your granite here, which is decomposing into the surface layer. And then just outside of the granite where it's decomposing, we have rough beryls. So here's one with the hallmark crossing and windows. You'll have the stacked silicate layers. Oh, this thing is a big one. Okay. And then directly below it, got another one. Got another one. Oops, dropped it. And there's more right up there. But the bees are claiming this spot today, so I'll go somewhere else. And look at that. Sure is red. Characteristics of rough, massive red beryl. So, some people have mentioned, see a type of feldspar, but that's got a lower hardness, and none of the angles are 90 degrees. All right, just pulled this piece out from right there underneath the granite. And a quick refresher, beryl is a stacked ring silicate, And on the rough massive habit pieces, you can see the horizontal stacked layers. And if you look top down on them, so they're stacked along the C-axis, and if you look down from the top, you'll see certain layers protrude out because, almost like stacked tires, it's not perfect. So here's a layer right here, right, that we're looking at. You should be able to see the top and bottom, and then we have a flat basal plane along the C-axis. So that does not happen with quartz. Quartz, with the trigonal system, it's a framework silicate, and it interlocks almost seamlessly. That's why it's so strong, quartz, and it doesn't have any sort of cleavage, and its breaks will always be conchoidal. Where Beryl, on the other hand, you'll have some imperfect fractures, and there'll be potential to cleave along the C-axis if there's more impurities, like on one of these, and it's under stress. So that's something you would not see in quartz. Color and the luster, really nice. And then there's one of the C-axis basal planes right there protruding out. There's some gemmy areas here, just like in many of the massive habit rough barrels, but then the majority of the piece is like this. Right? Not that great. But this is pretty nice. The only other stacked ring silicate is tourmaline, which we do have plenty in San Diego. But that's a different hardness. It's usually the crystal structure is a lot easier to see. There's the vertical striations, but I'm not seeing that in this. So again, everything leads back to red beryl in the massive habit form. Here's a confirmed barrel piece from Paula. And it's a little harder to tell on these more gemmy pieces, but there are vertical or horizontally stacked bands. And one of them, some of these layers will protrude out. Like right here, you can see its own individual layer. And they're just kind of stacked upwards. So take your stone and find where the layers are going across, and then look top down and see if you can see any of the layers protruding out like this. Do you see how there's one down here, one up there? Each layer, they might pop out differently. They're like stacked tires. They're not all perfect. So here's another massive piece that I have where if I look at it like this, sure looks nice. I love the colors on it. But if I look down from the top down, I can see each layer pop out. See that one? Layer pop out, layers popping out, a layer down here. Now I'm not going to say every single piece has that, but just some clues to look for. So here's my suspected red beryl. piece, and I've got bands going across, right? Band, band, and then as it gets towards this core, it curves and goes around it, and this is my suspected red beryl. Um, so yeah, look for the bands, and then separately look top down from the crystal. So if I go top down, I can see I have a partial hexagonal crystal here that's then in the rest of the piece. And then if I keep looking down, I can see each layer protrudes out. See, I've got a separate layer there sticking out. And then if I go down lower on the crystal, I can see more layers. So it's not just a row itself. You can actually see, yeah, there's a good example.